Thank you, Udai for being with us today here with Protiviti. We are going to hear from you because we know NIIT has always focused on promoting education and entrepreneurship across India. So please tell us, how do you see AI or this digital transformative journey is going to affect the business efficiency and the job market in India?
Certainly. So, first of all, thank you for having me here on this conversation. NIIT, of course, has been at the forefront of working with industry to provide talented professionals to them, both at the entry level as well as throughout the career of working professionals. So we're very excited to see the progress that has been made on AI and over the last 2 years, particularly generative AI, because it helps us deal with many of the very challenging situations that we need to address when it comes to ensuring that people have the right skills. There are many ways that we've looked at it, but there's one very interesting framework that we have arrived at, which is if we consider two dimensions, one of experience and the other of expertise. In an ideal world, we would like all of our people in any organization to have the best experience and the deepest expertise, but we know that is rare. What AI and GenAI can help do is to accelerate the process of expertise development and experience development. And in some ways, therefore, what we see is that a typical career journey that would have taken 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 years before people could accumulate enough expertise and experience to really create high impact for the organization can now be accelerated. So when we're dealing with people who are freshly joining an organization, we can use GenAI in many ways as a personal tutor, as expert agents, as in the form of simulations to accelerate the process of expertise development, as well as to put people in situations which otherwise they may or may not get an opportunity to participate in. For example, they could simulate a conversation with, the CEO of an organization, which as entry level, perhaps they may not be in a position to actually participate in. But those are simulations that you can do. You can practice for a sales call. You can figure out how to deal with a customer who's unhappy. And based on your responses, the AI could, do role plays with you. So there's so many different ways in which the expertise can be developed and people can be given experiences so that they can learn in a safe way, but faster, better, and cheaper.
How do you foresee the digital transformation journey moving in next 1 decade or 2 decades probably? What do you think the world is going to look like?
I think if anything, it is only going to accelerate. The last 15 years in some ways, right from the early 2010 time frame, has been about digital transformation. And, Indian global systems integrators have been very much part of that journey. And we have been part of that journey, helping them build, workforce which has the right digital skills. Many of our initiatives, such as StackRoot, were specifically developed to help, for example, India have talent, in the form of full stack software developers, data scientists, in the analytics area, and so on. And I think this will only accelerate what we're seeing in terms of AI and some of the technologies that have had promise but have not fully sort of realized it. If you look at AR, VR 7-10 years ago, there was a lot of buzz about it. And companies like Microsoft and Apple have come out with equipment and are trying to make it more affordable. I think perhaps 1 or 2 iterations more will be required. But when you look at the convergence of these technologies, so robotics, but robotics with generative AI suddenly makes that robot that much more acceptable in a social setting, working with elderly people in environments that are not safe. So we are going to see these technologies converging, and that will perhaps accelerate the process of digital transformation. And what that means for us as a nation is to make sure that we are equipping our young people and our existing workforce to be absolutely comfortable working with digital technologies, have digital skills. So starting from digital appreciation and awareness to digital literacy, to digital fluency, and above all, digital expertise. And for business leaders and decision makers to understand the role of digital technologies in terms of transforming services, for creating new experiences, for generating new opportunities. And that, I think, should fuel a lot more opportunities, both within India as a market and India as a supplier to the global market.
Okay, very well said. We are going to see a lot of transformation ahead. That's what Udai is mentioning, and for that we should plan a lot of investment on upskilling the resources or across the nation. Investing on education is key, where we are making the AI learning or the digital learning a key thing around. With that, we'll end it. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. A pleasure.